real dental implant patients are going to answer your top 3 burning questions about dental implants. Before we dive in, I know those watching might be thinking, what is the cost of dental implants? And you can check out the dental implant cost guide in the description below for more information. Diane asked, what follows surgery of removing teeth? Does it hurt a lot? Do you get something for the pain?
Honestly, I don't remember whether it hurt a lot because they put in a little IV in my arm and I went to sleep. And so all the stuff they did that you think would hurt was done whenever I was snoozing. Other places I went, they just wanted me to be awake, drink a little cocktail. The next 2 weeks, you may feel some discomfort. You know, your body's changing, that your brain and everything is accepting what was put in your mouth. Because even though you have teeth, your brain doesn't recognize them yet because it wasn't what you were born with. So it takes a little bit like a computer. Your brain has to download that software and learn and reprogram itself to learn to use these. In that process, things are going to change a little bit. You may have a little discomfort. You know, the swelling's going to start going down. That's why it's really important to use ice.
I myself do not have a very high pain tolerance, but I did receive, medication from my Nuvia office, pain medication to assist me with that. So by using that and following, the doctor's orders, I made it through just fine. Were there a couple of uncomfortable days? Yeah, it's major surgery, but it's nothing that you can't get through. Thousands of us have made it through. Generally, by your 2-week appointment, it's gone.
Another question we have is Leroy asked, how real do the new teeth look? I've never had a Hollywood smile and don't want one. I prefer a nice natural look to my smile. So what would you say to someone asking that?
The beauty with getting your dental implants and going through Nuvia is there are options of shapes and there are options of colors. So number one, you get to decide that and you get to see that. You get to hold those teeth up by your skin, by your mouth, to your, all of those things so that you can see what you think would look best. I am one of those that when I went in, before they even showed me anything, my mind was already made up. I wanted them to be the widest that they could, and I wanted people to look. But, there are many people, obviously, that aren't that way. They just want to, it to just be there and not feel like they stand out. Just choose the right option for you. You get to see an image with the shapes in your mouth. Really, really cool. And no one pressures you into any of it. That's completely up to you and what your personal preference is.
What's great about 2024 is, you don't have to go in and get the brightest one that you see all the people on social media platforms with these days or anybody, but which was reserved a long time ago for only these people, but you can get anything you want nowadays. You go in, they customize it to what makes you feel best about yourself. If they gave you something that you weren't comfortable with, you're not going to be the best Leroy that you can be. And trust me, they want you to be the best you that you can be. From Nuvia, everything is basically fit for you. From the measurement to the x-rays to your bite. And they check your bite a lot. Sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, in the whole process, I was like, how many times are we going to check this? Because I wanted it to go home, but it's obviously important. It's important to them. So, and as they say, it's the little things. The little things make a big difference.
That's what is awesome, is they are absolutely custom fit. It's new technology. This isn't the 70s when they were doing who knows what. Technology has changed so much, and it's amazing how confident that makes you feel going into this.
The thing that I've been the most ecstatic about, because I lived with the other smile that I had. And I kept convincing myself, if you just make it to 80, nobody's going to care, you know? And even if I ever get to 80 something, I'm sure I'm still going to would have been self-conscious about it. Um, I perceive my smile now as just being the best. I hadn't had them for too long, and I'm in South Lake, Texas, at a restaurant, and sitting across from two younger ladies, and one of the girls go, "I just got to tell you, you've got the most beautiful smile I've ever seen." And the other goes, "Yeah, you take really good care of your teeth." I didn't say anything. I just said thank you. And I was at another event, and there was about a few thousand people there, but I was with this group, and somebody had said something about my teeth. I said, "Yeah, they're implants." And one of the guys was like, he was a younger guy, and he goes, "I would have never guessed." He goes, "I just thought you took really good care of yourself." And I feel like the reason behind that is I'm not self-conscious about my new smile at all. And I own it. Like, it doesn't matter what you do. I'm always a big fan that you've got to own what you got. I got some goofy pictures for people's entertainment of, me wearing a full-length mink coat and a cowboy hat and doing some commercials and for my company. And, people are like, "Oh my gosh," as long as you own it, it doesn't matter. Uh, I will tell you that me getting this smile, it made me want other parts of my life to be where my smile matched that, such as my health and my fitness. Uh, I can't be people. I see people talk a lot about, well, when you're older, your teeth are going to be what? Well, if you're taking care of yourself, I promise you, your teeth are going to be the last thing that they're going to be thinking about. They're going to be like, "Wow, that old guy's in great shape," So
Nick asked, how long after extractions were the new teeth put in?
So with Nuvia, you get the extractions and the post-implanted all the same day, all at one time, all at one surgery. You're having the best nap of your life. You don't feel anything. The next day, 24 hours later, they are putting your permanent teeth in your mouth. And I absolutely I couldn't believe it. I had never heard of such a thing. And a year and a half later, I will scream it from the mountaintops. 24 hours right here.
I went in that morning on a Thursday. They put an IV in my arm. I was talking to my doctor. I went to sleep. They did all the stuff that they do. I went home probably around 3 something with the implants, which are the posts that go into the bone. The next day, woke up and got dressed, and about 4 o'clock, I went back into Nuvia, and it took them not even 5 minutes to put these in. And then the rest of the time was celebrating. So, I mean, I'm talking less than 24 hours from whenever I got home. I was on my way back home smiling. So they make it pretty easy. The first step is calling and setting up your appointment and getting a direction of what it's actually going to cost you, that investment in yourself. If you have any of those questions, just hit the cost guide. There's a link in this description with it in there. And then from there, like I said, just call your local Nuvia and set up a free consultation.